At the US Open, a millionaire made a terrible choice. One hat, 5 seconds of greed, and an estimated $1.2 million in damages. This is how that moment of greed didn't just trigger a corporate meltdown, but began the complete and total unraveling of a millionaire's empire. The Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York pulsed with energy on August 28, 2025. The air was thick with the scent of fresh popcorn and the sharp crack of tennis balls echoing off the stands. Kamil Majchrzak, the underdog Polish player, had just clawed his way through a grueling 5-set match against Karen Khachanov, emerging victorious in a tiebreaker that left the crowd roaring. For Majchrzak, ranked outside the top 100 after a doping suspension he fiercely contested, this was a triumphant return, a moment of pure elation. As he signed autographs for fans, he spotted a young boy in the front row clutching a giant tennis ball, his face lit with admiration. In a gesture as heartfelt as it was spontaneous, Majchrzak removed his sweat-soaked cap, signed it, and extended it toward the child named Brock. The boy reached out, his small hands trembling with excitement. But in a flash, a middle-aged man standing beside him lunged forward, grabbing the hat and stuffing it into a woman's handbag. "What are you doing?" Brock cried out, his voice cutting through the cheers like a knife. The man? He didn't even glance back, walking away as if nothing had happened. Now, picture yourself in that stadium, witnessing this unfold live on the Jumbotron. The broadcast cameras captured every excruciating second, and within hours, the clip exploded across social media platforms like X and TikTok. Views skyrocketed into the millions, over 63 million on one post alone, according to viral trackers. Comments flooded in. "What kind of monster steals from a kid?" one user fumed. Another declared, "This guy's the new villain of the internet." The outrage wasn't just emotional, it was investigative. Netizens, armed with screen grabs and reverse image searches, began piecing together the puzzle. Who was this entitled figure in the crisp polo shirt, acting as if the world owed him a souvenir? Whispers turned to shouts as his identity surfaced. Piotr Szczerek, the 50-year-old CEO of Drogbrook, a Polish paving company he co-founded with his wife Anna in 1999. A company that had grown into a multi-million-dollar enterprise sponsoring sports events and athletes, including ties to Poland's tennis federation. Szczerek wasn't just any spectator. He was a tennis enthusiast with a private court in his backyard, a man whose wealth afforded him courtside seats at one of the world's premier tournaments. As the video spread, the context deepened the disgust. Szczerek and his family had been cheering for Majchrzak, their compatriot. His sons had even asked for autographs earlier. Yet, in that heated moment of post-match chaos, he claimed the hat for himself, or so he later explained. But the public wasn't buying it. A 2025 report from social media analytics firm Brandwatch revealed that negative sentiment around Szczerek surged by 500% overnight, with hashtags like #JaHatSnatcher and #JaGreedyCEO trending globally. Imagine the weight of that digital storm crashing down on you, millions judging your every pixelated move. For Szczerek, it was a descent into a nightmare he never anticipated. His initial response? Silence, followed by a controversial post on a Polish job forum where he allegedly defended his actions with a chilling first-come, first-served attitude and threatened lawsuits against critics. "If you were faster, you would have it," the statement read, before being debunked as a fake. But the damage was done. It fueled the fire, painting him as an unrepentant bully. The revelation hit like a thunderclap. As investigative threads on Reddit and X unraveled, the full scale of Szczerek's fallout emerged. His company, Drogbrook, became collateral damage in this personal PR disaster. Founded on humble beginnings, it had secured over 11 million Polish zloty in public funding between 2017 and 2025, per Polish business registries. Now, it was under siege. Review bombing, a tactic where outraged users flood sites with one-star ratings decimated its online presence. On Google, Drogbrook's rating plummeted from a respectable 4.5 stars to a dismal 1.3, with thousands of new reviews pouring in. "Fire the CEO, a thief who steals from children," one read. Trustpilot, overwhelmed by nearly 1,200 scathing entries in days, temporarily shut down new submissions due to media attention, as stated on their site. Comments ranged from calls for boycotts to personal attacks. "You can't buy class," sneered one reviewer. But the real shocker: rumors of financial hemorrhage. Social media posts, amplified by influencers with millions of followers, claimed Drogbrook suffered a 15% stock value drop within 24 hours, equating to an estimated $1. 2 million loss based on unverified market valuations circulating online. While independent confirmation remains elusive, as noted in a Hindustan Times fact check, the whispers spread like wildfire. A Newsweek analysis highlighted how such viral scandals can erode corporate trust, potentially costing companies millions in lost contracts and partnerships. For Sherek, whose firm sponsors youth sports initiatives, the irony was brutal. A man who claimed to support children now symbolized adult greed at its worst. Dig deeper, and the human stories emerge, evoking a mix of outrage and empathy. Young Brock, the unwitting victim, became a symbol of innocence robbed. In a heartwarming twist, Mike Yerzak tracked him down via social media, meeting him the next day with a US Open-branded bag of gifts, including a new signed hat. "Today after warm-up, I had a nice meeting," Mike Yerzak posted on Instagram, sharing photos of their reunion. The player speaking to the New York Post called it some kind of confusion, but the public demanded accountability. Sherek finally broke his silence with a genuine apology on Facebook. "I made a huge mistake. I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans." He returned the hat, vowing to redouble efforts in child support initiatives, yet questions lingered. Was this remorse or damage control? A psychiatrist's breakdown on YouTube channel Lessons in Meme Culture, viewed over 1 million times, dissected Sherek's body language, suggesting entitlement rooted in unchecked privilege. "This is what happens when wealth insulates you from consequences," the expert noted. Meanwhile, a mix-up led to rage misdirected at a similar-sounding company, Drogbrook, whose innocent CEO faced unwarranted harassment, as reported by the New York Times. The broader implications ripple out, challenging us all. In an era where every moment can go viral, how do our actions reflect on our legacies? Sherek's snatch wasn't just a hat theft. It exposed the chasm between the elite and the everyday, where a millionaire's impulse can shatter a child's dream and his own empire. Reports from platforms like Brandwatch show that 70% of consumers now factor CEO behavior into purchasing decisions, turning personal gaffes into corporate crises. As the dust settles on this US Open scandal, one truth stands uncovered. Greed can cost more than money. It can strip away dignity. Piotr Sherek learned that the hard way, with his company's reputation in tatters and rumored losses mounting. What shocks you most about this tale of entitlement? Share in the comments. Did the internet go too far, or was justice served?